Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and this is it. My reviews for the Star Trek movies have almost come to an end because right now I have reached the point where I have rewatched and reviewed Star Trek Into Darkness. Yes, this is a 2013 film that was once again directed by J.J. Abrams. And the plot of this movie is we see Chris Pine once again as Captain Kirk, him and his Enterprise. The Starfleet specifically is being systematically attacked, and there's like terrorist like attacks being put all over this area by one person, and that is Benedict Cumberbatch, who is indeed playing Khan. So Kirk and the crew have to go after Khan, find out why he's doing this, and stop him once and for all. Now, what I think of Star Trek Into Darkness is, I remember when I first saw this in the theater, and again, I wasn't fully versed in the original Star Trek lore, mythology, the movies, and I was just going off of the reboots. So I loved this movie when it first came out. I was all about it, everything, the action, the effects, the plot twists and the reveals. I loved it. But then I saw some Star Trek purists, the original Trekkies, who either did not like this movie at all, or I had major complaints, major issues with it. So I was very much looking forward to rewatching this movie after watching the original movies and maybe trying to see it from their point of view, trying to see their perspective on it. Even with that, though, I still enjoy the shit out of this movie. I do. Now, is it maybe as great as I thought it was back then? I don't know. I could probably say that I have one big issue with this movie, but that's really it. Let's first talk about Chris Pine as Captain Kirk. I think he once again knocks it out of the park. I really like seeing him not only as the full-fledged captain now, and how he is willing to do anything he has to do to get the job done and protect his crew all at the same time. That is James Kirk. That is the character, and I think he plays that in this movie, the traditional Kirk, true and true. I also love seeing his friendship fully develop now with Spock, who's played by Zachary Quinto, because sure, the first movie, the reboot, played off of the fact that they're supposed to be friends, but in this new timeline, they started off as enemies and didn't like each other, and I loved that dynamic. But it is really refreshing, really good to go back to the basics with these two and see them as friends, as partners, as almost brothers. And I like that they're willing to do anything for each other. You really get that fleshed out here. And Carl Urban as McCoy Bones is once again great. I just love watching him deliver his lines, the dialogue. He sounds perfect as Bones. You have Zoe Saldana as Uhura, who is still great and hot all at the same time. But not only just that. I love the scene where they go to Kronos to interact with the Klingons. It's the first time we're seeing the Klingons in this reboot version, and seeing her speak Klingon to them was really interesting. I don't know if they're playing off of the fact that in the original movie, or one of the original movies, Uhura did not know Klingon and was terrible at it. In this version, she speaks it pretty damn well. So I like that. She wasn't afraid to get into the thick of things. Again, really fleshing out her character. She is still dating Spock, and I love their interactions together. We get Sulu, once again, played by John Cho. Very much enjoy him. Chekhov, played by Anton Yelkin. You almost forget just how much they gave Chekhov to do in these movies. He even gets a pretty heroic moment near the end. I love that. You get Scotty, played by Simon Pegg, who once again is a big part of this film. I love the arc that he goes through, how he's very much against some of the practices that Kirk and Starfleet, for example, is willing to do to go after Khan. He even quits at one point, but then comes back, and I really enjoy the humor that he brings along with the character. Bruce Greenwood as Christopher Pike, I enjoy a lot. I'm a little sad with what happens with this character here, sure. But you also get Peter Weller as Marcus, and any reason to cast Peter Weller in any film, really, is a plus. You get Alice Eve as his daughter, Carol Marcus, and Alice Eve is hot. I mean, for no other reason. Sure, I like her character. I like what she stands for. I like that she stands up to her father, even, at a point in this movie. And at some point, her and Kirk are supposed to bone, right? But you get that scene that is, come on, it's for us. The scene where she strips down to her bra and panties. I mean, look, I'm very immature to bring that up. But they put that in the movie for a reason. It was probably for guys like me, let's be honest. Now, some of the major complaints that I remember hearing at the time, and still probably hear to this day about this film, mostly from original Star Trek fans, is that this movie, there's too much action in it. It's way too much action. It's more about the special effects, more about the spectacle and the explosions and the action. And I think to a point it's true, but I love it. I love the pacing. I love the action. Watching this on Blu-ray on my TV is amazing. I just get so caught up in the fighting and the action going on. But the biggest complaint, let's really jump into this. Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan. Yes, there was a lot of speculation, especially at the time before the movie came out, on whether or not Khan was going to be in the movie, whether or not Benedict Cumberbatch himself was playing Khan. And J.J. Abrams even said no. He said to the fans, no, Khan isn't in the movie. He bold-faced lied to the fans. Now, am I pissed about that? Not really. I don't really care. I get what he's trying to do. He tried to keep the surprise, the mysteries, the suspense. I get why he did it. I don't blame him. But at the time, I didn't care. At the time, I was like, okay, he's Khan. Okay, whatever the fuck. Khan was a cool character. But now, seeing Khan from the original TV show and the movie, the original series, there's one of two things that they should have done now in retrospect. They should have either cast a Native American actor. Let's be honest. Why is Khan Native American in the original timeline, but then in the rebooted timeline, a British guy? Why? Why is he white now? There's really no explanation. There's no reason for it. It's just because they wanted to cast Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan. And in some ways, I get it. Benedict Cumberbatch is a great actor in general, but he's really great as the villain. I love the stoic voice that he puts on, this point where he's evil. I love the writing of the character. You get moments of feeling sympathetic towards him, understanding his point of view, and why he's so hell-bent on getting revenge or protecting his people. So I'm fully with the character for that. Sure, maybe we didn't need the scene where he surrenders and puts himself in the glass chamber, and because at this point you had seen the Joker do that in Dark Knight, Loki do that in the Avengers, Javier Bardem do that in Skyfall. At this point it was becoming a cliche, and sure, this movie does that, but again, I liked what they were doing with Khan. The only other thing you could have done to keep Benedict Cumberbatch as this character, as this villain, as this menacing force of nature, you could have just had maybe him be Khan's right-hand man, his lieutenant, his next in the chain of command, so that you can say that Khan, his body's still out there in one of the chambers, sleeping, but now this new character, he's the one who's going off and causing chaos, causing destruction, and have that be the twist. And then maybe at the very end of the movie, pan over to see the real Khan just sleeping somewhere. I mean, it's the only thing you could have done, to be honest. As it is, it doesn't piss me off. I don't think it ruins the movie. It's just something that, in retrospect, if you really want to tie this into the original series, like the first reboot movie did, I don't know why we're straying so far away from that type of connection. It's what should have happened, sure. But as it stands, as a movie on its own, I still enjoy this film. I do. I have fun with it. There's great action. There's great special effects. There's some good character stuff here. I love this cast. For me, this is the cast. This is my Star Trek cast. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about it. I'm all ears. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!